Hi everyone, I'm Josh, and this is Josh Wright Piano TV. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope today's video helps you in your studies. This video is dedicated to my mother-in-law, Cindy, who asked me if I could make a video on this topic, as well as Mia, who just emailed me with this question, and the many other people who have asked me this question over the years and who I just wrote email explanations to. But once my mother-in-law started asking me about this, she's a very fine pianist and piano teacher, I thought, I really should make a video about this. So this has to do with playing on unfamiliar pianos. One of my favorite memories, I was playing in a trio. We were playing Soldier's Tale by Stravinsky in my undergrad, and there was a violinist and a clarinetist, and the violinist was a great friend, Mary, and she said, "Oh, it's so unfair. You guys get all the big practice rooms as pianos, with these nice big pianos. You get all these." She was referring to the spaciousness of the room in order to house the big pianos. We have to be in those tiny little practice rooms down in the basement as violinists and other instrumentalists. And the teacher, he said, "You see that little matchbox that you're carrying your violin around in? That's why." And it was pretty funny. I'll always remember that. Pianists, we have the convenience of not having to carry our instrument around, but we have the inconvenience of having to adjust to every single instrument that we ever play. So while it's nice when you're traveling to go play a concert, or if you're staying with family and you want to practice for your next lesson or your piano recital and they have a piano, wow, that's great. You don't have to bring your instrument with you. You don't have to lug it through the airport. However, you don't know that instrument so intimately like a violinist or clarinetist or cellist or whoever it might be, who carries their instrument with them might be with their instrument. So how do we adjust to different pianos? I was playing at a funeral for Lindsay, my wife's great aunt, I think it was, and the piano was pretty bad. It was really bright, and I remember sitting down. I was playing this arrangement of Clair de Lune. I combined it with How Great Thou Art because it was a religious funeral. The woman was Christian, so I combined the hymn with the classical piece. And so it starts out. And these top notes were just so loud. And I put my soft pedal down, and then it was like too soft. So what I did is I did this little quick exercise, and this is what my mother-in-law commented on. She said, "You always have the ability to kind of adjust to any piano and any space that you're in really well. How do you do that?" And she said, "I noticed you were doing some type of exercise before you went to play." And I said, "Oh yeah, it's very simple. What I'll do is I will try to create as many gradations of sound with a chord or a note, whatever it might be," and I'd probably just take a chord. Maybe we'll just take this D flat major chord up here since we were just playing that. And let's see if we could get 10 gradations of sound. This might not come through so clearly on the microphone. So I'll start with my soft pedal down. A little louder. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and those are small gradations of difference, but wow, that's a lot more than maybe 4. Forte, mezzo piano, or even worse, mezzo piano and mezzo forte, which is where most people tend to reside. I would do the same thing down in the bass. I think I peaked out too much. I only got to 8 before it was too loud. It would have started to get harsh. So I'd kind of do that. And then if there's any particularly difficult spots in the piece, trying to think, there's just this little double thirds or passage that I wrote. Okay, as part of the piece. So I'd go. And what I like to do when I'm getting used to an unfamiliar piano, I will exaggerate my dynamics extreme. So if I need to get really big, I will get even bigger in a slow tempo that I need to. If I need to get soft, I'll get even softer in a slow tempo than I need to. So I would go. and so forth. I hope today's tip helps each of you. I'm going to leave 3 links in the description below. One of them is for a free webinar containing 10 of my favorite tips to help take your playing to that next level. The other 2 are for 2 of my courses if you'd like to check those out and take your studies to an even deeper level. Have a great week. Good luck in your practice sessions.